Peace and power, family. This is Brother Ajay Taimba from Harlem Liberation School, where we teach Black people to wake up, clean up, and stand up. On today's episode of Leadership Lessons with Ajay Taimba, we're going to be talking about a very important concept in community organizing called building or raising community capacity. And we're getting started right now. Before we begin, let me just remind everyone watching that these leadership lessons are really small snippets of much larger and more in-depth discussions. If you find that you want the more in-depth information, then I'm going to strongly suggest that you purchase my book, Leadership, Philosophy, Ethics, and Practice. When we talk about community capacity building, we're talking about strengthening a community's ability to act on its own behalf and promote the well-being of its community members. So, for example, when we look at community capacity, we might be thinking, what is a community's capacity to identify its problems, to develop leadership or organizations to resolve those problems, to articulate their needs? Community capacity building would include questions like, what is our ability as a community to create jobs for the people in our community, to protect our people against police brutality, to look out for the physical or mental health of the people in our community? These would be questions that we would address when looking at community capacity. Now, you might be wondering, why do we need to build capacity in our community? If you do an assessment of your community and you come to the determination, we don't have a good ability to hire people in our own community, give them jobs. We don't have a great ability to protect ourselves from police. We don't have a great ability to identify accurately and to resolve our own problems, to develop the organizations and institutions we need. We don't have the capacity to guard and maintain our community's mental or physical health. Then what do? See, often we're going to realize that we don't see the skills, leadership, or the infrastructure needed in our communities. And if this is the case, we're not just going to sit around and complain. We're not going to give up. What we're going to do is raise capacities. We're going to identify the areas where we're weak, and we're going to build those up. This is why it's important that we identify the problems in our community where we're weak and we raise capacity. So this is about taking initiative, being proactive, and that's the importance of community capacity building.